4 LSU Tigers defeat the Florida Gators 5 straight in a row now in beating Florida. And in the process of accomplishing first for the LSU football program's history, Jaden Daniels breaks an FBS record. A program that's been around for 100-something years. Jaden Daniels breaks a record this game. And I know there's going to be a lot of discussion about the Heisman race, but the fact of the matter is this. Jaden Daniels is the best player in college football right now. And sure, he has a few more games left to make that undisputable. I think he'd be able to do it. But I'm getting my head ahead of myself here. Let's talk about this game, shall we? But first, I need to roll that intro. Dawson Shot here once again for another LSU video. You guys kill the views on these. I love making these videos, so that's why I am back here making these videos. So let's get into this, right? As I said before, this is the first time in LSU program history where 5 consecutive wins against Florida. Hasn't happened in program history. You now lead the head-to-head matchup, which is 34 or 33-3 right now. So that's great for the program. You're still in the running to get another 10-win season under Brian Kelly, which is honestly, with the way the defense is playing, it would have been hard to imagine it. But it isn't hard to imagine because of who your quarterback is. Jaden Daniels has an FBS record for like 350 passing yards, 200 rushing yards to go with that. No one has done that. Not Lamar Jackson, not someone in 19 whatever. Jaden Daniels in 2023 has this record. And that's insane to think about because I think last year, right, there was a lot of discussion about Jaden Daniels, right, about how he does not trust his guys, he does not trust the receivers, all that type of stuff. So he goes into the offseason and just, watches the tape, get better at it, and he comes into the season and he's probably the best player in college football. Marvin Harrison Jr., he has a, claim to that. Caleb Williams is the number 1 prospect. He just is. But that doesn't make him the best college football player. He still has stuff to work on. What Jaden Daniels does for the LSU offense, that they can somehow, you think you got yourself a fight every time Jaden Daniels is healthy. And he wasn't even healthy this game. He was coming off a concussion and was able to get a record. It's just insane. And, you got to give credit. To get Jaden Daniels to this point to break this record, you got to have the right receivers and Brian Thomas Jr., Malik Neighbors. You got to have trust in his O-line, his 2 tackles, and Will Campbell, Emory Jones, his center, and Dellinger. His running backs, Noah Kane and Josh Williams. Brian Kelly said those 2 running backs are what he wants his program to be built on. Those type of guys. Those guys who do not care about playing time in the world of NIL and the transfer portal. And they proved that tonight why they are, what type of players LSU needs to be themselves, right? So all this is good offensively. And one of the main things about this, right? So there was a bit of trouble this game with special teams. Um, Florida went ahead because of special teams mishap. And you know how LSU responded? 5 consecutive touchdowns. So whatever. This was the game, and there's been a few games this entire run for LSU this season where if I'm a quarterback, right? If you think about this from the recruiting aspect, right? If you can get if quarterbacks can see, hey, you can go to LSU and be a dual threat quarterback that can be Heisman contenders, knowing that hey, these wide receivers are going to just keep coming and coming to LSU. You're going to still get O linemen like this because if there's one thing about Brian Kelly, I know he knows how to recruit linemen. And Mike Denbrock, he's still gonna be here. So seeing all this stuff come together for the LSU this season, I expect a great recruiting class for LSU just due to the magnificence of Jaden Daniels in this offense that can rival 2019. And speaking about Daniels, right? There's going to be a lot of talk about his Heisman candidacy. His only threats are Penix and Nix, in my opinion. Marvin Harrison Jr. Yes, I'll give him credit. He is the best wide receiver in the country. Even if I think I say he's the best wide receiver because Ohio State is run through his offense. Right, the offense runs through him. You can say Malik Neighbors, he has the better yards. Ryan Thomas Jr. has the touchdowns, but yeah, it's gonna be an interesting Heisman race. Is all I'm saying here. But anyway, let's get off of the offense. Let's talk defense. This defense still has its problems. I'll say that they had to play some more younger guys due to injuries. And that's actually probably something good for LSU because they can build on it for next year. And you know what? In this game, right, they did make Florida's offense look better than it is. But they got stops. They made them punt a few times. They got a turnover. They did enough for the LSU offense to win the game. And if they could, continue to just get these random stops, you will probably be 11 to 12 win team. So that's something to be talked about, right? If they played someone like this level, right? They get the turnover occasionally. They made the team punt, so LSU can go up a few more scores. But it's an entirely different season. And in talking about the season, right? Matt House, right? So somehow it's just now coming out about Matt House that he signed a contract extension after his first year as the LSU defensive coordinator. And but that knowledge, he probably is back next year, guys. But here's the thing about it. Someone is getting fired on this defensive staff, right? I'm pretty sure about that. Someone's head needs to roll. It's not the D-line coach. He hasn't been here all freaking year. Maybe your secondary coach? Maybe your linebackers coach? Who knows? Someone's getting fired off this defensive staff. And some may, come around to the narrative that, hey, these weren't the players that Matt House needed to run his defense. All right. Prove it to me next year, then, right? Prove it to me next year. Play more young guys through these last few games, and let's just see what happens, guys. And as I said before, the special teams mistake that let Florida get back into the game. That's why it's weird that there's a long legacy of punt and kick returners to come into LSU, but these past 2 years, it's not there. And it's so weird to me, right? Out of all this wide receiver talent, no one can return a kick. But anyway, that's going to be it for me today. I think this is a win to be celebrated. this was the Heisman game for Jayden Daniels if he were to win it, right? If you were to think, oh my God, what is the game that encapsulates Jayden Daniels' career at LSU? It's this game right here. And I'm glad I was able to watch it. I was glad that Tiger Stadium was able to watch it. The loyal Tiger fans were able to watch it. And, yeah. That's it. My throat is killing me right now. I do not know why. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, comment. More LSU videos are on the way. This has been Dawson Richard, and I will see you guys next time.